fantastic because we're going to pretend that we don't realize we're live. Let's see. I'm checking here, grabbing the stream. Wow, the frame rates are really cutting down.
You're getting a lot of people coming in already.
Yeah, I can really feel it. Earlier, I was testing.
Hi, Antu. How you doing?
Oh,
you know, I really like that afro hair. That is really, well, it's not really
something.
afro, African American. I really like that hairstyle. It's really good.
Okay, Brian.
Yeah.
Careful, because before we're gonna go on air exactly on the top of the hour.
Alrighty.
So we're gonna get ready. Makeup. We're all makeup. It's all good, I guess.
I can't make myself look any prettier than I already am, Drax.
Das stimmt, Herr Schulz. Herr Schulz, sagen Sie mir, wo kommen Ihre Vorfahren her?
Meine Eltern und meine Großeltern waren Deutschen.
Ja.
Und sie kamen ins Kanada the 1950s.
Nach Kanada.
Nach Canada. Nach Canada.
That's really difficult. To and yeah, that is so hard in German.
Like I said, I've forgotten a lot of the German that I learned at university because I don't use it. But I have an ear for what sounds right.
Yeah.
Hi there.
Oh, here's onto. I wonder sometimes if onto is onto something.
Well, it's a very interesting name, isn't it?
Yeah, I don't understand why
onto distro. You'll have to explain how you picked that one.
Ooh. Okay. Ooh, a lot of people they just okay, the mouse. I'm gonna remove the mouse over here. Okay, we have 30 seconds or 1 minute to airtime.
Strawberry's not here yet.
Yeah, typical. Her car is parked blocking the driveway and she's not here.
Oh, I was going to tell you, I had a really good laugh. You know, the picture that she uses in her blog post about this, it's basically Atlas hopping with Berry and Drax, and your picture is Atlas hopping with Drax and Berry, which I thought was hysterical.
The designer, a friend of mine who designed this branding, was very intentional actually, and I'm more in the background on hers, and in mine are in the foreground.
Well, obviously mine is the correct one.
What?
Oh,
what?
Hi, Strawberry. You
got
both earrings in today.
I know. I finally got both earrings. Drax finally paid up.
What?
Thank you so much
there
for the kind
is.
mention of my blog in your blog. I really appreciate that.
Of course. Your blog is fantastic. I'm learning so many things. I want to ask you so many questions about all the updates in Sansar this week.
Oh, sure.
Had a hair.
If I can answer them, I will. If not, I could probably refer you to somebody else who can answer them.
Okay, folks, we're going to go on air in 9 seconds. Let me please do a quick introduction and a welcome to the viewers. And then we'll play it by ear and we improvise as we always do. Wow, Strawberry, this haircut, I really like it. Okay, here we go.
Yeah, I like it.
Hello there and welcome to Atlas Shrugged Hopping. No, it was a little shout out to my libertarian friends. This is Draxtor from Sansar at 114 Harvest, and if you're watching this and if you have Sansar, you can come in. Now, I'm standing here next to a car with the Florida license plate Berrylicious. Wonder who it belongs to. Does it belong to you, Strawberry?
Well, I mean, it is a Florida license plate, so.
Yeah. Now,
I didn't notice this postcard. How cool.
Get a picture.
What? Oh, what? You have a postcard there, Ryan?
I have a postcard in my hand that
says... they're scattered around. You can find some laying in the ground because there was a wind yesterday. Yeah.
Oh, that's
exciting.
exciting.
You can take it from me. Go ahead, take it from me.
Okay, let me see. So here, I want to tell folks that I am...
Oh, you dropped it.
Oh, there it goes. Couple of technical things real quick. So thank you, Ryan Schultz, for coming. We have Ria, we have Onto Distro, and I'm gonna check on. I have to check on names. Oops, I don't want to teleport here. We have Wurfi, we have Austin. We have Darling, of course. Darling has a big sign over her head. And so gather around, folks, because I want to just do a very quick intro here. So Sansar has been live for about a week. We're here at 114 Harvest, and a lot of people who have commented on various streams have pointed out that the VR stuff is ridiculous. Like the arms are weird, and look, Draxtor's arms are weird. So just so you know, I'm wearing an Oculus headset on my head now. It's not covering my eyes because I realized I need to look at the YouTube stream, and I need to make sure that everything is streaming correctly. And so last week what happened when I put my controllers down, okay, then the controllers don't know where my arms are. And then the arms may look really weird and twisted and so on and so forth. So this is something where the system is calculating, constantly trying to calculate where are my hands, and judging from where my hands are, the system then defers to where my arms would be. So this is just maybe a little technical primer. Now, Ryan, we talked earlier off the air about something that I want to address, and then we're going to go right into the hopping part, and I'm also going to look at the YouTube comments, and I'm going to sort of incorporate that a little bit into the discussion. Lastly, Ryan, before I ask you that question that I asked you prior, if my frame rates are down a little bit, that's not due to Sansar. That's due to the fact that I am also streaming this out and receiving the stream, so my network is constantly streaming a whole bunch of things. I don't know about you guys. If that is not the case, Sansar is actually performing at a very, very high frame rate. Now, Ryan, earlier we talked about some of the discussion that is surrounding or criticism of Sansar that there is no prim building, or what is up with the prim building? The prim building was something that enabled people to be at the table right away, and now all this is gone and it's not coming back, and that's why Sansar is just for an elitist developer type. And you need to blow your nose, Ryan. You need to blow
I'm sorry. Do you hear me sniffling away here? I have a bit of a cold.
we definitely need a little bit.
The microphone is a
Kleenex.
little too sensitive on this Oculus Rift headset that I am wearing.
No, I think Rhea needs to make Rhea. Can you make some Kleenex, please? Where's Rhea? Yeah,
I need some virtual Kleenex.
There's some downstairs in the basement.
Thank you,
We'll get
Rhea.
it for you.
I will try not to breathe quite so loudly.
So we'll have Ryan, because he said something important earlier, and then Strawberry. We're gonna get going. I have two things that I like to see, and then we can play it by ear. And then Strawberry, maybe you have something that you want to see. But Ryan, what is your take on? What would you say to people who?
Okay, well, to answer your question,
yes.
To answer your question, there are already user creation tools that are available. 3 of them I can name off the top of my head. There is Oculus Medium. Yesterday at the in-world meeting that Jen, the lead community manager for Sansar, is hosting every day in Kyle Matsura's Garden of Dreams. There were a whole bunch of avatars there, and there was one there named Tina Fayette, and she had a pair of steampunk angel wings that she had created in Oculus Medium that were fantastic. And Oculus Medium is a really easy-to-use VR-based sculpting tool that you can use to create objects, export them, and then import them into Sansar. And Tina told me that she created her wings, sorry, I meant to say wings. She created her wings in Oculus Medium and then was able to import them successfully into Sansar, and they looked fabulous. Also, there is another tool called Google Blocks, where you can... Google Blocks is basically prim building, a prim building tool. You basically start off with simple shapes and create and combine them, and then you create more complex things by using these simple shapes and modifying them. You can also successfully import objects that you create in Google Blocks into Sansar. And finally, Microsoft Windows 10 has Paint 3D. It is so simple a child could use it. And you can export directly in FBX format And I've heard that you can actually successfully import those FBX models that you create in Paint 3D into Sansar. So the whole argument about this elitist thing where it's undemocratic and there's no room for amateur builders, I'm sorry, that's bullshit. Frankly, there are already tools available that you can use to easily create objects to import into Sansar, and that's the message I want to get out there.
That's really well said, and thank you, Ryan, because I think it's really important to. We're moving into an era where, like you said, the prim building of today is the live sculpting in 3D in the world, and that can be done right now. It can't be done in Sansar, but I'm absolutely sure that collaborative building like that is on the roadmap. Strawberry, do you hear stuff like that from your audience? When people ask you, like, you know, what's happening, like, with Prims, are Prims dead? Can I do stuff?
No, I don't really talk to a lot of builders and so forth. Most of the people that people aren't coming to me directly, because I mean, I kind of agree with the people that are reading my blog and such, that there isn't a lot for somebody like me, and you know, a Second Life resident that doesn't really create. There's a lot for me to do here except explore the experiences, and a lot of the Second Life residents aren't really that interested in that yet, and a lot of them are having difficulty with the, you know, move controls, especially because we don't have VR. It's a little bit harder to move around when you're on desktop. So in a sense, I do agree with them that there is not a lot to do here, but I'm optimistic. I'm logging in. I'm ready for the updates. I'm watching. I'm waiting. I'm gonna, you know, join you guys every week and see. And you know, I want to talk to Ryan, because since he's in the know about all the new updates every week. So I'm looking forward to all the changes and stuff that they add. For now, since I'm not a builder or creator, and I don't really, you know, haven't spoken to builders and creators that are in Sansar, I don't really know. You know, I haven't really heard what they're saying. I've just heard people complaining that it's boring, there's nothing to do, and that's fine. I mean, it's not really ready. It's in beta. It's not ready for people to come and just hang out like SL is, right?
Well, I would say, well, I would say this absolutely ready to do stuff and to hang out. I mean, we're hanging out right now.
Yeah.
And we're gonna go actually to something that Lenny Foxtrot built. And Lenny Foxtrot, I don't know how she would characterize herself, but she would, I think, definitely say that she's not a builder, but she put something together that she took from the marketplace and then made some items herself, and I think that's exactly the same spirit how Second Life started. That's where I want to go first. So we're gonna take the whole spectrum. We're gonna go, if you will, hobbyist to pro to then self-taught builder. I want to go to David Hall's experience as well today, because David Hall, a video just came out, and David Hall builds at a high level, all right, but he's completely self-taught, and he just started a year ago. I just want to use that as an inspiration, and he has a full-time job. We're going to visit him later in the hour. He has a full-time job, he has a child and a wife, and he has to wash the dishes as well. So, and he taught himself how to build stuff. So, anyways, let's go.
So goals. Those are my goals, right?
in the YouTube channel, Tish Coronet, good friend of mine, says we're moving like Second Life noobs with freebie AOs. Now,
well, there's no animations in Sansar yet. Like, soon they're going to add that ability to upload animations, right? So it'll get better.
Yeah, but I don't understand. I want to repeat this, and I said this before. Is Ryan still here? And we said it because...
I'm still here.
Ryan, come over here, because I had you on the camera while you were talking. Right now, what we're doing, we're using our arms with the controllers. Do you guys know what a technical feat this is? Or Onto behind me. Onto, go into your megastar pose, lift your head. The Sansar face. There you go. So
I love it.
We're entering a new era. I know that not a lot of people have headsets, and I know it's expensive. I'm fully aware of that, and it's not really super level the playing field right now. But this is working towards the future. The facial animation is just amazing. The face has 135 plus bones, I'm told. And if you can see Ryan here, I'm gonna go closer, or even Strawberry, who is in the desktop mode. Oh, this is a good sign here. Here's Strawberry and Ryan on my camera. Now you guys have a conversation.
This way so I can take a picture with my license plate.
Oh, very cool. I didn't realize that was your license plate. Oh, I should have noticed. Very delicious. Okay,
so,
I just
so
got
YouTube
that.
folks,
I'm sorry, I'm blonde. I'm very slow.
No, YouTube folks, now watch Ryan and Strawberry talk together, and that is all real-time animation right now. Ryan has a headset, Strawberry doesn't, so Strawberry looks fairly stiff. This is a matter of weeks before this is happening with keyframe. But Ryan is doing real-time stuff with the controllers, and the face of both of you guys is animated by the speech patterns and by the intensity and the volume and the inflections of what you say. So
yeah,
Strawberry, get mad at me. Wait.
No, I can't really see it myself in desktop mode. I can't zoom in close enough to see the faces, like my earrings, the details. I see you from far away. I can see kind of your lips moving, but you know, for me to see it in detail like you are in VR mode, it's your mode is a lot better. Like I can, when I was looking at your stream, I can see my face animating, but for me, I can't zoom in that much with in desktop mode.
Yeah,
so,
but you can use Flycam.
You can use F4.
F4.
Yeah.
You can
but it's not as detailed as the VR, definitely.
It's not as immersive. That's the difference.
Yeah.
I hear a voice that sounds like David. Where is
he? Yeah, I'm over here.
Oh, hi David. You look different. You used to look like Ryan Schultz without the name tag.
That's the beautiful thing about Sansar is you can be whoever you want to be.
Exactly. You can be a guy who looks like a corporate Republican or a dude in a t-shirt. That's awesome. That's like real choice.
I mean, I laughed so hard when Maxwell Graf said I looked like a corporate Republican because on my personal politics, I'm like a liberal Canadian.
Oh my God, that's like the worst.
Which is basically, compared to American politics, is basically socialist.
Exactly. Oh, that's Marxist.
So,
I put an offer in on this house and it got bought out from underneath me. I'm kind of sad about that.
Yeah, it got bought out with the cars right there. Okay, so let's go hopping. Let's wrap up this conversation. Strawberry is, of course, correct, but the facial animations, I want to make this point, they are triggered by a company that provides the technology called speech graphics, and they do there should be no difference between desktop mode and VR. So the liveliness of how we speak and how the face is triggered by that is pretty much the same. Now, please follow me, folks.
So where are we going today?
Where are we going? I did something amazing.
Lead us.
Come.
Hey, why is Drax the leader?
Because okay.
The Berry and Drax show.
Right. Ladies first, then.
Is it the Berry and Drax show or the Drax and Berry show?
It's the Berry and Drax show. Except I'm stuck in the middle here.
I have the microphone, so I'm leading.
Oh, fine.
Wait, let me check on the YouTube stream so that I don't miss. Okay, so let's go over here, and this time it should work because there should be a teleport. Oh, look at those shadows on the ground.
So
that's
you say?
Cool. Yeah. Wait, there was somebody, and she disappeared. Oh, by the way, wait. Before we go, I want to show guys in the house. This is what we're gonna do from now on. There is a note. So if you're curious, when we're going Atlas hopping next, every time I have a new date, you will get the updates. Just go here and you'll see the note on the door.
Oh, cool.
Yeah. So this is this Thursday, which is obviously today at 9 a.m., which is kind of now, 15 minutes ago, and that's where the announcement is going to be. Huh? So that is. Oops, first.
I see you got some mail, Drax.
I did. Where?
Yeah, it's here on the table with the lamp.
Ooh! Oh my God! Ah, I'm still pressing the wrong button.
It's probably for his mom.
Yeah, it's the eviction notice that my mom solicited for me, so she doesn't have to write it herself.
You're gonna know from who the big one is from.
Wait, I have a problem because I have the Oculus on my head. I'm okay. Let me put it on. Oops. I had it intentionally on my head so I can see the YouTube stream, but now I'm gonna just put it on. Grabbing my controllers here. So Ria,
I think you're not gonna be able to grab it, but just check it out.
Oh yeah.
Which way around is the microphone icon? Can folks hear me speaking now?
Yes.
Yes, we can hear you.
Okay, thanks. So I think I was misinterpreting the microphone icon.
Oops, I was floating.
So
They're
when
a little
it's
hard to decipher at times.
yeah, when it's not got the slash through, it's live, correct?
Right.
Yeah.
Whereas, yeah, okay, when it's got a slash through, it's not operating.
Oh, I can't see.
I forgot to ask if you guys are getting feedback from my mic today.
No, that's pretty
No.
good. I was saying earlier that Strawberry's comment about not being able to zoom in, I'm on desktop mode, and unfortunately I can't put my Oculus on. Now I'm in desktop mode. You can't add it later. But looking at Strawberry's face, for instance, I can see her mouth animated, but not my own.
Yeah.
So your own avatar doesn't actually have the motion, so you don't know it's working. Well, that would be good feedback. No, someone said that before to me. So I think useful feedback would be if your own avatar mouth was moving. That would let you know the microphone was live, because otherwise there's no indication your microphone's working. And you know what it's like. A lot of telecom type systems, microphones are always a big deal and big problem.
Austin,
if you
this
look
is
to the right. If you're in the desktop client and you look to the right, the little microphone icon will have a slash through it when it's not working.
I understand that. I'd got it the wrong way around, right?
No, but what Austin was saying is very good feedback. As a matter of fact, I just typed that into the channel that I think it's incredibly important to see your own mouth moving as well, because if I look at myself in third person, so I can switch to third person mode. Like for example, right now I see I can put the mic into Austin's head like this. How are you? Are you coming to us from Edinburgh?
Oh, we are indeed, Edinburgh, Scotland. Hello there. And unfortunately, I can't put my headset on without logging off and coming back.
Oh.
So I can't wave at you.
Oh, that I see, because it's running under Steam VR or Oculus.
No. It's because I'm on the desktop mode. I would have to stop the client. I tried adding the headset, making that live afterwards. I'm at home, so I'm not using my CV1. I'm using a DK2 at home.
Oh.
And that doesn't let me add it later. So,
but the DK2 still works. That's interesting. Okay, I can see. Sorry, I gotta be rude, because I know that some people on the YouTube, well, everybody wants something different. Some people on the YouTube stream, they're thinking of me as an elitist, because I always talk about headsets. Oops, Strawberry, you're in my way. It's like your car is in my way, and now you're in my way.
That's my goal in life.
Okay, let's go here through this door to your left. And let's see where we're going. Who wants to go first?
The door that you tried to take us through last week and it didn't work. This should be fun.
Strawberry, you're like you sound to me like the mainstream press. I was in this world and nothing works. It sucks.
I'm gonna be the devil's advocate all the time.
Okay, I'm not gonna look at the YouTube
I really enjoy it. I'm enjoying Sansar, even though I know there's, for me right now, not a lot to do, but I just enjoy logging and seeing the beauty of it, So we just walk through the door.
You keep saying there's nothing for you to do. Look, you can stand next to
doing
your car
stuff.
for 2 hours, look at your license plate. It's
that's really enjoyable.
If I learn to build, then there'll be stuff for me to do. So
we're gonna go in here.
I'm kind of useless.
No, we're gonna look at Lenny's. Lenny's not a builder, and let's see what she built.
Okay.
Let's go.
So we just walk through?
Yeah.
What's the name of her place?
I don't know. Do you think I'm prepared for these things?
It's not working, Drax. I can't go through.
Wait, but it worked for the other people.
I don't know.
Oh my
Maybe you can only do it.
Nothing.
You set me up, didn't you, Drax? You made it so I can't walk through. Yeah, it's not working, Drax.
It's really the weirdest thing. You gotta be kidding me.
Okay, I'm gonna search for Lenny's place on Atlas.
Okay, so it's called. Okay, then I'm gonna do that also on the Atlas.
The roof?
The roof.
Is it called the roof? Okay, I'm gonna paste the link in chat, and everybody can just teleport over. I pasted in chat.
So I Oh, there she's gone. There she's gone. See?
Maybe you just have to go one at a time.
Yeah. Let's try this again. Onto is burning himself at the.
It's pretty chilly out here. Let me warm up my hands.
Okay. I'm gonna go through the Atlas. Oh, wait a minute. Strawberry's pasting it in the chat. That might be useful because also search is not available in world, but it is available on the web. But if you have the URL from the web, then you can go in world. Okay, I'm going to go into desktop mode and see what. See if somebody pasted it in desktop mode. Oops, getting out of the headset, switching to desktop mode. Do we see it here? Ah, there's the roof. Okay, here we go. It's weird that the teleport doesn't work. Yeah, maybe you have to go one at a time as possible. Alright, so here's the roof by Lenny Foxtrot. I'm going to stay in desktop mode for a little bit. And you will also see a performance increase for sure because what's happening is that the 114 harvest experience is really intense. I'm told by Linden Lab. I think for them it's really a kind of a use case of like you know, how much can we stress the system without completely destroying it. So here the roof is loading, and as you have noticed, the performance. Again, I'm repeating what I said earlier. At the very beginning, I said that please keep in mind 3 things. Number 1, that I'm streaming this and I'm receiving the stream on 2 machines, and I'm running Sansar on the same machine that I'm streaming out, and I'm receiving it. So the network is there's a lot of stress on the network. So you might see some performance issues that you do not see when you go in the world by yourself. That's number 1. And the other thing that I really do need to repeat, because I see it here in the YouTube stream as I'm watching the comments while we're loading. Tish, the moving like Second Life noobs with FreeWee IOs really got to keep in mind that this calculating of the arm movement based on the position of your hands with the controllers is actually quite amazing.
Oh, okay.
Oh, here we are.
Right now, Austin is busy kicking around the globe.
There's Drax half an hour later.
Well,
gee, Drax, it took you long enough. What
you
happened?
guys didn't wait for me. I mean, come on. So, wait a minute. Did some of you guys who went through the teleport? Did that work?
I did. I went through the teleport. It worked flawlessly.
Oh yeah. Okay.
I want to kick the globe. I want to kick the globe.
So this is really important, and please let me say this real quick, also to you, Strawberry. I want to say this to you and to your viewers because you have higher ratings. I'm sure you have like, you probably have like 7.
Finally, he admits it.
Shit, yeah. I gotta face them. My shrink says.
Oh my god.
The sooner I acknowledge that you have more subscribers. I
don't though.
No, but on YouTube.
Not yet.
I think. No.
No, not on YouTube yet. No, only on Facebook and Twitter. I have more. YouTube not yet. But I'm getting there. Only 200 away.
You guys are hysterical. Really, you two are quite funny.
Well, my shrink says, listen. My shrink says I need to admit that the Facebook thing is bothering me. That you have 5 or 11,000. Whatever, no, but seriously for a minute, and please, YouTube folks, look at this and tell me what you think. So this is a starter This is a starter skybox. Or no, I think Lenny made that skybox. I'm not sure if it's a starter skybox. But the fact of the matter is, I think this is a fantastic example for people who say, well, what can I do? I can't do anything. Yes, you can. You can upload content that you find elsewhere if you can't build. You can take starter content. You can take free stuff from the from the Sansar marketplace. So that's a Freudian slip. Where's my shrink when I need him? And look, and then she has. This is a lovely
skybox. It really is. I think she got this from the Sansar store too. I don't think she made this.
Yeah, and here you have the balloon. Are the balloons physical? Can you grab them?
You can.
Okay, that particular balloon that you're pointing the camera at is not dynamic. You can't pick it up, but the other ones lying on the ground are dynamic.
1 second, I have to put my headset on. Oh yeah.
You can pick up the ones lying on the ground. See?
Okay.
Oh, wait a minute, I dropped it again. See? Oh, no, you're standing on it. Drax, get off my balloon.
Here we go.
There.
Strawberry, put the camera on me. Camera on me. Hello. Hello there.
Think about it.
Whoa! Somebody block her.
Oh, you can stand on the balloon too. Very cool.
Oh yeah, and you can push it.
That's
around.
Something you can't do in reality. If you did that in reality, the balloon would have exploded.
Anybody else here wants to chime? Oh, here's somebody waving. Who is this? Vista. Oh my God.
The
Vista.
Skybox, by the way, is a freebie, and it's called Galactic Spiral on the store.
Vista
really?
Barnes. I need to hug Vista Barnes. He is Vista Barnes.
Vista Barnes is here.
Hola, Vista Barnes. Vista Barnes. Say something, Vista Barnes, please. Is this like... What is this? Is this like freebie animations? I mean, Vista Barnes from Vista Animations, the god of...
Hey, someone got a banana. I want a banana.
Oh my God, here's a Abramelin wolf.
I don't know if you can hear me.
Oh my God.
Oh my God. Oh wait, Strawberry. This is a Abramelin. Yeah, we can hear you.
Oh, okay. I wasn't. I'm having a lot of trouble today, actually. It's just.
Yeah. I want a banana.
I want a banana.
Generally having problems.
Yeah, I don't know. It's I only got the Rift like a couple of days ago, so I'm just figuring it all out. But,
oh my God!
I'm adding you as a friend, Vista.
Does the banana free when you get a
Wait.
Rift?
For the place at the moment, I'm not sure what's going on.
Wait, and I can add you as a friend. Okay, let me say, folks who are watching this on YouTube. Now here we have a battle of the animators, right? So this is Vista Barnes and the Abramelin wolf, and it's got to.
Is just pounding away on the keyboard.
It's got to be a fight to the death. Careful with
I'll
the
turn my
keyboard.
mic off when I pound.
Careful with the keyboard.
Is that Vista? Is that Vista waving? I don't know.
Yes, that's him.
He's
waving at you. And you keep waving with your banana, Abramelin. What's happening? I mean, come on, guys.
I'm trying to. Do you want some of the banana?
Yeah, can I?
I'm trying to reach it to you.
Wait, but is it an attachment, or did you pick it up somewhere?
Yeah. Oh no. Yeah. I just I was messing around with the attachments yesterday, and the only thing I could find was a banana. So.
This is an amazing stream.
At least it distinguishes you from everybody else.
Yeah, Abramelin, the one with the banana.
Yes, you know, people say you can't be creative and you can't sort of stylize and customize your avatar. You can listen, guys. Now, Abramelin has the trademark on the guy with the banana. Sorry,
it's important to establish a brand.
Yeah, and Ryan is the Republican with the name tag, but who's actually a liberal Canadian, which is the same as a Marxist in Scotland. So, since we have established that, Vista Barnes, who is a separatist from Catalonia, no, but seriously, Abramelin, what do you think of this thing? You just got a Rift. What do you think of this Sansar thing?
I think it's amazing. I mean, to be honest, the release version Oculus with the touch connectors and everything, is something else. I'd only tried the dev kit 1 before, and I was a bit skeptical of it. But it's completely immersive, and it's really amazing.
The controllers are really amazing. Okay, wait, Abramelin, but people are saying...
I love that Vista keeps waving.
I'm sure Vista will feel the same as this. The tracking and the IK on the arms, and how perfectly they're working is incredible.
This is incredible. Exactly, and this is so hard to convey. I have people tell me, "Oh, look, everybody looks like totally weird." Guys, do you even understand? We're moving towards basically the Abramelin wolf story was episode 6 where you
belly dancing.
Yeah, exactly.
You're absolutely right, Draxtor. The only person that looks weird is you.
Strawberry.
I look pretty cool with my new haircut.
You do. I will never get a haircut. But when Abramelin talked to me in this one of the first episodes, you were saying like that your first animation suit was, I don't know how much, $50,000 or whatnot, and it looked like, I mean, this concoction with insane concoction.
It was a load of poles that are connected to all the limbs, and you felt like you're in a weird contraption when you were walking around in it.
And now we're moving towards real-time animation.
Oh yeah, it's amazing. But I don't think that, I know I've heard a lot of people, and Vista and I have probably both been thinking about this a lot because of the the animation thing. But I see this as something that will actually complement. I mean, I don't know. Obviously, it's like lots of things. It's hard to know how Linden Lab are going to implement everything and what decisions they're going to make. But I could see this as something that imagine if I was doing, I don't know, belly dance.
Yeah.
and
without a banana.
I can actually, without a banana. And I could still just move my arms. I notice it's just the head and the arms, and I could actually, if I chose, say, okay, I want to do the rest of the dance, but I just want to be able to control my arms through this bit, and it could be really fun. It could be a really fun thing.
Yeah. And
look at Vista, guys.
Vista, can you speak, or have you?
I have no microphone, I think.
No, here he is. Vista, we can hear you.
I can hear you.
Can you hear me? Oh, don't fuck me.
Welcome.
I am here with the HD Vive, and I have my dog around, and I'm kicking him all the time.
Adventures in VR.
Poor dog.
And he's crying because he don't know what I'm doing.
You need to attach an HTC Vive puck to your dog so that you can see your dog in virtual reality.
Hello.
Oh, that's right.
Hello.
Vista, what do you think so far? What do you...
Vista, you were definitely doing some sort of ballet going on right here.
It looks like Tai Chi. I have a problem. What's a moment? Vader. ¿Qué pasa?
Okay, dear viewers, here's what's going on. Vista is trying to kill his dog with the Vive controller, while Abramelin is trying to give Vista's dog a banana, but it's not working because Sansar is just not working yet. It's in beta. Bananas cannot yet be transferred from one continent to the other.
It's a banana.
I didn't know that they have a microphone already.
It's built in. I didn't know that it was built into the Vive for the longest time.
Nice to see you again, Drax.
Yeah!
Aww, you guys are hugging.
Yeah. Strawberry, why don't you ask Vista what he's gonna do in the animation business in Sansar? Or is it even necessary now that we can have all these weird movements?
We'll see.
Maybe it's a secret.
We will see what we are able to do. At the moment, we are just exploring in the same way that you are doing. But I'm really excited about it.
Yeah.
I think
at the moment you can't upload animations, right?
As far as I know, we can't. But I haven't tried so hard yet. So we are mainly in holidays all the August here in Spain, you know. So until September, it's like we are not working.
What? Are you saying that Spanish people work? When?
Oh yeah, the rest of the year,
right.
From 1 of January until 15 January.
This is almost like the Hawaiians. When the Hawaiians work from Wednesday morning to Wednesday at 9 a.m. I think somebody told me, and I don't want to misquote him, but one Linden who shall not be named told me that uploading keyframe animations is around the corner, but whatever that means. I just noticed we have Lenny Foxtrot here who built this experience. Lenny, can you use voice?
She's typing.
Ah. Strawberry, can you
She was typing earlier.
But I am listening.
She was saying earlier that she's loving this, and she hoped that this would be a place to laugh like this and just be together. This was earlier in chat.
Ask her. Oh, I guess she can hear. Lenny, can you type to us how you put this together? I mean, because maybe you can give people hope.
She just said, "I'm loving this. Thank you, Strawberry." So she might be typing something else now.
Yeah. She didn't say thank you, Strawberry. That's impossible.
She absolutely did.
No, you're
I want a banana.
It's when I went in to customize the look, just to put a bracelet on, to specialize the avatar, I lost all the nearby chat. So it clears it out when you come back after...
Is she typing?
Right, I noticed that too. All the nearby chat disappears. Even when you teleport to a different place, sometimes it disappears too.
That's not good, is it? Because
no.
They need to fix that.
That's got to be persistent.
Somebody needs to put a bug report in the forums.
I've already mentioned it in the forum.
Excellent.
But it needs picking up on pretty quick because you lose all the links and they go back to us and things like that, you know?
Yeah, the local chat, that's correct. But I think Ebbe has said a few times that all this stuff, the chat is extremely... They're fully aware that it's very preliminary and it's really kind of a...
Vista is having technical difficulties.
Can you not see the chat in VR? Does it not?
No, you can't.
No,
you
can't
can't see the chat at all when you're in a VR headset.
There's no reason why that couldn't just be a floating panel like the other menus.
It will be. It will be. It's just like a matter of priorities and what.
It needs speech transcription though, you know, so that you can use something like Alexa. Needs connecting to it, so you can do the speech transcription, because then you don't have to type.
Let me go over here real quick because I see really good beer. No, all that stuff is on the roadmap. You can actually get this Drax beer for free, I think, in the store.
Drax.
Yeah.
Lenny is saying she's so happy that people came here, and she said, "I made silly things, and it feels so good to know that that's okay."
That's awesome, Lenny, and that's really my goal to come here first for today's stream was really to show that there is no reason why anybody couldn't start just making stuff, okay? Just sort of place making. I'm actually working on a documentary in Second Life right now that's all about place making and avatars, but the place making is important. So where did you get these flowers from, for example? I mean, you know, I think the placement, wherever you get that stuff from, when you put it together, your place really reminds me of the first week I was in Second Life, because I came in and I saw all these places that were so just personal, and they were not meant to be representative, or how should I say, they were only representative of the people themselves, I felt. And a lot of people left Second Life for the reason that it wasn't like a polished game or whatever. I heard that opinion expressed to me many times. But exactly that kind of hopping from place to place where it's a personal expression, I found is really the most appealing of all factors that really kept me around. I don't know how anybody else feels about that. Ryan?
Oh, I'm sorry, I wasn't listening.
These Canadian Marxists.
I just started tuning you out after a while, you know.
No, I understand. That happens to me too.
Drax, Lenny says she got the flowers from Paint 3D.
There you go.
Oh, really?
From her first import.
You were able to actually import stuff from Paint 3D into Sansar. That is so cool.
That is so cool.
She said it was her first import.
Oh, well, there you go. Proof of concept. A child can use Paint 3D. It is so easy to use.
That is awesome.
That's your prim building in Sansar. Use Paint 3D and Microsoft Windows 10. Now, I know all the Mac users are going to get all up in arms and all upset because there's no native Mac client. I'm not even going to get started. Just go look at my blog, Sansar News blog. I've posted about Mac users in Sansar. Everything I want to say, I said there.
Yep. Read Ryan's blog about about the Mac. That's another one of those thorny issues that came up last week. If I get a Sansar dollar for every time somebody says, "Oh, Linda sucks because they don't put out a Mac client," God, I would be a Sansar millionaire. Okay, shall we go somewhere else? Because I'm sorry, I need to look at the clock too. We need to make these.
We were going to David's place next, no?
No. Dave, where's
you just
David?
Said earlier.
Yeah, maybe later.
I went to get some pizza rolls for the trip.
Where are we going? Lead us.
Wait, first of all, let me see if I. Oh, here's Lucy Afarensis. I would just want to acknowledge everyone that I haven't acknowledged earlier. Lucy Afarensis, and here is Amelie Marcour. Hello. And I still can't add you as a friend here in VR. I don't know why. Lenny, how do we get back to Harvest? Because I want to go somewhere else first, and then we're going to go to David's. Because David is then another example, because David is a professional developer who's been in the 3D business for 30 years, and he makes, I think, $1 million revenue, so he's one of those elitist types. Right, David? Is that right? You have
That's right. I mean,
you have 10 people working for you who make the models and stuff.
God of War and
Drax going on about again?
Skyrim. I made all those all by myself.
Are people talking? People are talking behind my back.
Congratulations.
Okay, so how do we get back? Can we get back to Harvest from here? Is there like a portal?
No.
No?
You can't.
I've just
Here,
put
there's
the
the
link
Harvest
in
one.
chat. I've just put the link in chat for those who've got
you.
But I can't.
Okay, so we're going back to 114 Harvest.
Anything in.
Let's go back to Harvest, and then we'll go to through the other door. I have something prepared there. Or we'll try to go through the door.
Okay.
So, did you hear people talking about like how they tune me out? Listen, YouTube
Don't take
audience.
it personal, Drax.
Oh, Ryan is
Don't
still
take
listening.
it personal, honey.
Damn, I thought people can't hear me while I'm in transit. Okay, so here we go, and now this should go a little bit faster because it's loaded.
So which way do we go, Drax?
Cantor script is working.
Oh, Gindipple, hello. We have some new folks here.
Hey, I'm curious, what in here was use of physics?
Oh, use of physics?
Yeah.
Maybe Ria wants to answer that because there's tons of stuff. There's a fully playable board game.
Yeah, sorry, I'm just eating my salad.
Okay, folks.
Yeah, basement is
We're gonna go over here.
You can just grab and throw. There's a board game which you can play. There is also a game with the beer boxes, which could play.
Let's see who else is here.
Everywhere around.
Hey, Ramsey Garden is with us too.
Grab, look at,
Ramsey,
throw,
what's happening?
Pass on, stuff like that.
Good morning, everybody.
I'm working.
Ramsey's working at the all the while running around. Okay, here's my friend Ramsey Garden from Munich, Germany. Let's go to the next place over here, folks. Follow me.
The radio on.
Yeah, turn your mic off, guys. Switch your mic. And in terms of the physics thing, Jin, I would advise you to go down to the basement and see for yourself, because Ria did an amazing job with physics. And there's a fully playable board game, among many other things. Okay, let's go through this door. Please work this time. It works! She disappeared. Look at that. Where's Strawberry? She's behind me again. She's talking behind my back.
Well, if you move out of my way, I can go through the door.
Strawberry
blocking me.
Strawberry
blocking me.
Oh boy.
Are people saying mean stuff on Strawberry's stream? Shit. It doesn't work. It works for everybody. Max? I really do think that people have to go in one at a time. Okay, I'm taking the headset off. to see the chat while we're in transit. Again, this stuff takes still kind of takes a little while to download, but that speed is increasing. Folks in YouTube, ask questions if you like. All right, so this is pretty cool here.
I just want to say if someone has their microphone on and it's not me. Max is here. Hi, Max.
Does anybody notice that I'm not saying anything? FreeWee Ling is here. FreeWee Ling. Thanks for coming, FreeWee. Thanks for watching my stream and then coming in. Apparently there's somebody else streaming as well, but we don't really...
Somebody more important.
This is really pretty. It's like how to pack 30 avatars in one small barbershop. Who's gonna go first?
It's gonna be a long wait for a haircut with all these people waiting.
Yeah, I need mine desperately colored.
I really think this is, this is really well done, obviously. Is Vista still with us?
I don't know, but this Japanese man that's singing is making me sad.
Yeah. Maxwell, you're a, what do you think about this thing here?
What thing? Which thing are you talking about? I think a lot of these things are awesome. I do like how they sort of faked the lack of metallic reflection by adding a texture of a reflection, and it kind of it makes it they pull it off, you know.
Yes, it's very well done. Very, very well done work.
Is any of you guys not concerned about the metaverse idea? I mean, we're kind of hopping around into these isolated experiences. That's another form of criticism I heard this past week.
Yeah, I think that's going to be a problem. You imagine if there were more of us, we wouldn't have ended up in the same experience, Draxtor. You know, you'd have been somewhere and we'd have turned up and there'd have been no one leading the experience.
I think it's going to grow, though. Like, I think if you look at Skyrim, like, that's a really immersive game, and it operates on some of the same principles, just teleporting into new cell spaces. So I think there's a lot we can do within the current
Sure, that's okay for experiences, but you imagine if this is a classroom or if we were actually doing this kind of tour where we want to be in the same group. We don't want to turn up into an experience and find we're one of 40 when the other 40 have all moved on.
Yeah, and I think that's just technological lag. Like, once the technology catches up, like, I just picture this growing, you know what I mean? Getting better as the technology catches up.
But Austin is also, you're talking about instancing, and I'm convinced that instancing will be optional, that you can at some point can say after 50 people come in, you want to close it down and create a duplicate, you know?
Yeah. So I agree with you, Draxtor. I think it's exactly that. There's certain experiences which are well suited to instancing and others that aren't, and you should be able to just tick that on your definition of your experience. If that's my classroom, it's got to be non-instanceable.
Yeah.
For instance.
I think that's going to be optional.
It makes me wonder if the real life aspects of the physical space are going to play into how people would want to control whether you can instance it or not. For example, if we're in a small one-room barber shop, you wouldn't want more than 50 people to be in here. Exactly. So, you know, do you want to create another instance of an empty barber shop, or do you want to remain persistent and be like, Phil Barbershop is full up today. I can't get in.
Exactly. Max, you're making exactly. I think this has to be absolutely in the hands of the creator, because you might want to do exactly. You might want to create a jazz club, and when the jazz club was a small club, and there was a 50 people, the bouncer says, no, you got to come back tomorrow's another show or whatnot. I want to say again, FreeWee, if you can hear us, please type in the chat. It's really great seeing you, because we have I've been following your take on Sansar, also on your various social media platforms, mainly Facebook. So it's great.
Hey, FreeWee. Old school SL.
We should go. This is beautiful. See, I'm dancing, and it's really good to know that I'm never gonna buy a Vista animation again. I think Vista is out of business.
Very unlikely.
Is Vista Bard still here?
And you're lucky that he's not.
It's like a banana. Yeah.
Oh, Abramelin! Abramelin is harassing me. He's a troll. Get him out of here. Abramelin. Listen, Abramelin. Now that Vista is not with us, let's just cut a deal between us, man, and let's just try to drive him out. Drive him out of town. This barbershop ain't big for the both of us. I think this kind of like, it's like taking drugs, being in here. It's not healthy.
I tell you what, I really
if you had to.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
Oh,
what? Sorry. I was saying, imagine if you had to go to a barbershop to get your hair changed in here.
Yeah.
People would throw a fit.
But Max, see, this is what I would find absolutely awesome, for example. I mean, most people would throw a fit, you're absolutely right, but I would also find it pretty cool if you, for example, created an experience where it's impossible to teleport, and let's say you have to take the bus. Imagine, you're creating like this experience, and when the bus is not coming, you can't teleport. I would find that totally cool.
You want to create a metaverse where you have to catch a cab.
Yes.
And it supports someone being a cabbie in a virtual environment.
Oh yes, then people can have jobs like
kind of weird, but kind of awesome at the same time.
Yeah, and
virtual Uber.
What I like about Ready Player One is one aspect, and it's been written before. I mean, that's a concept that's been written about in science fiction before, but in Ready Player One, I think it's used effectively. That there's people who can't go from one planet to the other because they don't have the dough for the fare. You know, I think that's kind of oh god, I know that people will sort of now bash me and saying like, you know, it's like an ultra-capitalist dream world that I'm trying to create here, where poor people can't have to stay on their planet. No, it's just.
If you can't afford the cab, you have to take 2 hours to walk there.
Yeah, you poor bastard, you lazy bum. Why didn't you get a freaking job?
Here, let me pay for your cab home. You know?
I made those 20 million by myself, and I deserve it, so I can take
On the flip side, the revenue for teleporting to different experiences could be used to help support the creator. Like if we had it set up like Ready Player One, where you had to pay to teleport to a different world.
Yeah.
That could be support to the creator.
Yes.
It's like in Total Recall. Welcome to Johnny Cab.
Total Recall. That's another one to rewatch. Folks, let's go to David's place, shall we? How do we get there? With a cab?
What's David's place called?
And then back.
David's place is called Dwarfen Revisited? No?
Well, I changed the name because everyone was calling it Dwarven Fortress, even though that wasn't what it was called. So now it's called Dwarven Fortress. And it's down near 114 Harvest on the Atlas, down towards the bottom.
Can you post a link to chat?
I just did.
Thank you, Strawberry.
Always Strawberry, always trying to be the teacher's pet here. Always like, it's me, I did first.
The song is haunting. It's going to be stuck in my head for the rest of the day.
Yeah. Abramelin is standing in the barber's chair. It's banana, I can't.
I was standing on one of your chimneys the other day. That was fun.
Do you know that Sin put a donut on the ceiling fan and I can't get it down? Okay, let's look for David's experience. I want to do this via the Atlas. So, I'm repeating myself, but the Atlas is not searchable at this point. It's very temporary. That's obviously not going to be like that forever. Atlas is searchable on the website. And I think when you make a change to your world and you upload it again, then it ends up on the bottom. So, here's another interesting one. I think there's about 500 experiences already. It's pretty massive. Brno, we should go there too. We can't go everywhere. Oh, Ryan wanted to go somewhere too. Okay, we gotta go to David's. Maybe I should look in the... I'm gonna look in the chat, folks, sorry. Taking the headset off. Shuffle, shuffle, shuffle. And looking at the chat. Oh, Wurfi has put it in here. Dwarf and Fortress. Strawberry is here. And here we go. This might take a few minutes. I'm reading the chat. How can we take photos in Sansar? I'm reading the YouTube chat. Lua Jimenez asked that question. Very simple. There is a... I'm going to show you in a sec. Here on the right side is one icon on the bottom where you can take photos. Yeah, Betty already answered that question. Betty, you should come in. Let's see. I want to see how many viewers Strawberry has. It's getting ridiculous. So while Dwarf and Fortress is... And obviously I was joking earlier because... oh my god, Strawberry has like double the ratings. It's really unfair. Okay, so who's watching on YouTube and what kind of questions are coming up for you guys while we're stuck? We're not stuck because Torley did the sound design in Sansar and I really like it. I think it cannot get any better in terms of sound design and transitional music. That's a real art form. And he did just a stellar job. I think it's awesome. So what should we, is there anything that we should address for you guys watching on YouTube? Are you guys familiar with what is possible and what is not possible in Sansar? Are you guys concerned about the whole building issue? Here we go. I'm back in.
I'm not sure. You can try it and let me know. I believe you can.
Sweet.
People are talking again behind my back.
I think you can. I think you can use the #1 key to enter and exit a vehicle in desktop mode.
Oh, I didn't know that. There's
Thank you, Max.
Tip. Thank you.
All right, here I am.
Might work. I'm not sure. I was reading the script. I just got it last night because I'm making snowboards today for my big mountain
Drax is
range.
here. Let's leave, everybody.
I'm gonna start messing with that vehicle
I'm
script.
following Strawberry.
See if we can get any kind of a working...
There's been a coup. Strawberry's taking over.
Oh my God.
If you're gonna wander off, wander to the right. It's easier to get around that way.
Max called me to test the snowboards.
Wait 1 second here, David.
Cool.
Please. David, a few words about this, and we also link to the video where you are very eloquent, I think, in passionately describing it. But what inspired you? How long does this stuff take? You have a day job and a child, as I said earlier. It's quite amazing that you did all this.
Yeah, I mean, I'll tell the full story. Is that this was initially intended to be a
Team Fortress 2 level.
It was initially intended to be like a Lord of the Rings, like dwarven underground city, and I had been working on that for a while, and it was too daunting a challenge for me. So the pieces of what went into the beginning of building that turned into to this dwarven fortress on a hill. And I would say overall I probably put about 2 or 3 months worth of work into it, in doing all the meshes, and once I had the pieces, like the layout actually only took me a week or so, but in building all the assets probably took a couple of months.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. And what are your tools that you're using? Did you study that in school, 3D modeling?
No, not at all. I started out, I had a friend at work who did 3D modeling, and that type of thing, and I was like, man, I really, find it interesting and creative. I would love to do something like this. And this was before I even knew Sansar was going to be a thing. And he was, he said, recommended me to some tools, so I started learning Maya. That was the first thing I ever worked in. So I work in Maya and Substance Painter. I do a little bit of work in ZBrush to sculpt textures for like rock and things. And yeah, I picked it up and started learning it. And I had gotten into one of the competitor open alpha beta things before Sansar. And
don't name it. Don't name it.
I didn't. I said one of the competitors. And
oh, the one that's called Wi-Fi. Wait a minute. No. Hey, somebody's mic is open, guys. Whose mic is open? Strawberry? You?
David, this is really done so nice. I remember when you first started doing this, and me and you were talking about like Underhall in the caves of Moria.
Yeah, that was totally the vibe I was going for, and I feel like I'm going to come back to that someday.
I think you didn't stray from it really that far, to be honest with you. This is a part of Moria we didn't get to see in any of the movies.
But yeah, I love just being able to have like an idea or an inspiration, like Max was saying, and being able to walk around in it, like to build your own world and then walk around it is like the most amazing thing to ever happen, in my opinion.
Do you have plans? I think I asked you this when I interviewed you, but do you have plans to build interiors for these buildings, and then actually, I think that to me would be the logical next step, like little places where you can actually go inside and live.
I have more plans than I have David, unfortunately.
Yeah.
And I'm a pretty big dude, if you've seen my video.
Yeah.
But yeah, like I think eventually I'd like to build an interior that, like, if you can teleport from the door into the interior of it.
Yeah.
I'm also working on an AR game with some friends of mine, and I want to build more. I want to build more in Sansar. Like, I have other ideas of things I want to build in here, so I'll always be doing something. I don't know if this will ever get fully fleshed out, but it might. It could become part of a bigger thing.
Somebody's typing. By the way, I want to show my viewers here I can add friends. I'm going to add Wurfi as a friend. Wurfi is here. Now, Wurfi should get a friend notice. Here's Strawberry Singh.
Wurfi's already my friend.
Right, here's Strawberry. I'm going to remove her as a friend. See?
I was about to do that.
It's very easy. Okay. This is the most important skill, folks, of watching from home. Unfriend Strawberry. No. Okay, let's just walk around here, and then Ryan wanted to go somewhere, and I do want to go before we wrap where Ryan wants to go. But I let's freely wander around, and then maybe meet in a few minutes at the flower pot over here, and let's just wander around and just take this all in.
We'll meet at the food court.
Let's meet at the food court.
So
I'm going to the Gap first.
You know what this place needs? A really big strawberry.
could be cool. Maybe floating off out in the lake.
Absolutely.
I'm gonna leave the people behind because, okay, it's only me and you YouTubers. Listen to me, YouTubers. So here's
Do you
the
feel
deal.
dirty already?
In my opinion.
Here, oh, there's people behind me. Who are these people? Wurfi, he's now my friend, and Max. Okay, Max, listen. We need to tell people to unsubscribe from Strawberry. Okay. So how can we go about doing that?
Why you gotta be that guy, man? Why can't you just have your own subscribers and be...
Max, I need to destroy other people in order to feel good about myself, and that's the only way. You know, I had to.
Why you gotta hurt me down?
Okay, that shtick, it's maybe it is getting old. I don't know. So what I found amazing here is the detail of these balls here.
You like that, do you?
I knew you were going. I like the details. I like the details of these balls.
Likes a ball with details.
I like my balls with details. Check this out, how this reflects. Max, when we did the interview, you also said something which I thought about today, because, you know, we all care about, for example, inclusion, and we talk about this all the time. And right now, this discussion about including people who are not maybe able-bodied, or people who are not fully proficient with 3D modeling and such. I think you said that in order to get a foothold as a business, number one, and also to get people in. People get in through the shiny, and actually it occurred to me that this serves everybody. If Sansar is successful by bringing in a lot of people who really love the shiny, it will then become a sustainable business, which then benefits everybody, including people who may be excluded or small disenfranchised communities. Does that make sense? Okay, Max is not listening to me. Who cares?
No, I think it does. I mean, I'm sorry, we're getting cross vocals from the folks down there.
But the issue, I mean, the issue of yeah, go ahead.
I want animations. I want to sit.
I think that having, in some sense, having more control as a developer in here is a really good thing, because it allows you to expand the capabilities of how you can shape what you want people to experience here. I mean, yeah, to some degree, there are going to be people that always will demand that, you know, I want the ability to fly, don't take that away from me, or I want the ability to hit the default lighting schematic and turn the lights to daylight noon here, rather than have you force this darkness on my viewer and make me see it a certain way. There's always going to be people that are proponents of, you know, hey, just put it out there and let me decide what I want to eat off the plate, you know. And I think with the additional technical capabilities that you already have here to do something like, let's say, make a more advanced game, then perhaps you could get away with an SL, because it's not a persistent world. You know, everything is baked and saved at this state. I can't select this floor we're standing on and move it around, for example, without going into build mode. So that allows for a lot of gaming possibilities that really didn't exist before, with latency being an issue between avatars. Like, I could do a really good first-person shooter here because it's not persistent.
Mm-hmm.
So lag between my avatar and your avatar would be a lot easier to find a solution for, in terms of like a gun solution for combat. So, you know, if you're 500 meters away from me and I've got a sniper rifle, I should still be able to hit you and have that be accurate. And both of us should experience that at the same time. So I'm not shooting and then you can just move out of the way of the bullet because I'm laggier than you. Mm-hmm. Which is kind of why you don't really see serious hardcore first-person shooters in Second Life. It really just, it's not designed for that. So, you know, at what point do you have to start saying, I think what Linden Lab's basically doing is just saying, as a starting point, we're going to give more leeway to the developer.
Mm-hmm.
We're gonna give them the option to set that into place. What that's going to turn into, according to them, is a situation where if you come to my location, if it's a space station, once you agree to come in, there's all kinds of things that I can then do automatically to your avatar that will allow a more immersive experience without having to interrupt you with permission requests and things like that, like you get in SL. Mm-hmm. I sit on a couch. It won't pull up a menu that says, would you like to sit on the couch? Hit accept if you want couch to be able to override you. And it's like,
okay, but then
I want to have a spacesuit on everybody that visits my experience, so that those that are role playing don't have the experience of losing that capacity. So
it's about somebody... it's about giving control basically to the god of that particular universe. It's giving control to that person who has created that universe, and then and that's not to say that if you were to basically take an experience and build a Second Life type world where, let's say, everybody, like a sandbox type world where everybody can move everything around, that's also going to be entirely possible on a 4x4 kilometer piece of land. So you could build a replica. I was joking last time, I think you could, because I do love the mainland, you could build a replica of a mainland type experience and just, invite people to build their own stuff.
I mean, being a developer, I tend to lean towards more the, give me more power to build my experience. But there's also something to be said for, instead of enforcing that as a hard and fast rule, give me the option to turn that on or off. Mm-hmm. I think in some cases that's important. I like the idea of, even though I've seen David's experience here, once I've seen it this way, maybe from now on, if I come back to this experience,
let's keep walking.
The developers had the opportunity to show me it the way that he wants me to see it. So if I leave here and come back, then I could see it with the default lighting or fly, or maybe my second visit. It's only that first unique visit when you're casing it on your system that you get to experience the full developer's version of what you're trying to see. And from then on, if you like, you can turn it to the whatever wind light you want, or whatever outfit you want, without it changing.
Really, everything comes down to giving choice to, and you choose to use the term developer. And I was going to ask you, my thing, I would like to see the world again, and I know, Joe and I were talking on this massive thread on Twitter about enabling people, and it is all about, to me anyways, about enabling people to become creators. You are talking about a developer. You are a seasoned maker of things. So you're talking from your arrogant elitist point of view, and maybe, Max, you don't really care. Wow. You don't really care that ordinary people make that transition from passive consumer buying your crap to people who make their own stuff.
Wow.
Yes.
The hard questions, man.
Yeah, I'm not gonna throw you softballs. I mean,
you're never gonna go the easy route. You're
never
be hard hitting.
Oh yeah, I'm like Charlie Rose. Charlie Rose is a joke compared with me.
And now 30 minutes of gut check with Draxtor.
I'm actually
gut check.
I'm Amy Goodman as a man.
I don't know who that is.
From Democracy Now! democracynow.org. Fabulous grassroots radio and television since 1996. Very important.
What are you, some kind of hippie or something?
No, I'm a Marxist. No, but seriously, I know I have to ask it. I ask this question every time. How should people get to just
Republican lizard people, are you?
No, tell me in 12 seconds. How should people start? But people are completely overwhelmed. They look at David's amazing thing here. They say, "I can never do stuff like that." But I want to get. Where should they get started?
The first thing you should do is look on the website at the information on how to do all of this, because the answers, most of them are already there. Now, there's a few tricky things for some of the latest feature that was put out, 2 days ago that maybe have not made it into an explanation of how to use them yet. But it's basically at a point now where, all the information you want on how to do this is pretty much right there. I mean, for the most part, I'd say, like, for example, you can bring SL content here that you've made.
That's right. Somebody pointed that. That's right.
But you kind of need to go through a little bit of a refinement process in order to make that.
But Max, sorry,
make it really stand out here as a decent item.
Wait.
It usually just involves changing the texturing to be a little bit better quality.
But listen, Max. My question is a different one. Because it's about people who see this and are overwhelmed by tools like Maya, Blender, and such. And at the very beginning of today's broadcast, Ryan was talking about, live sculpting tools that are coming more and more for headsets like Tilt Brush or Oculus Medium and Paint 3D and Google Blocks and stuff like that. But what I'm asking you is not like how to refine stuff and do that in Sansar. I'm talking about people are watching this and they're completely overwhelmed and they think like
they want to be able to just come in and create.
In SL I was able to
drop a prim down.
Yeah, exactly. And here where do we get started?
Look, I totally think that kind of stuff is certainly not here but on the roadmap. I mean, if it's something as obvious as an important element as that would be in creating a product for them, they know after their experience in SL that a big part of why it succeeded was because everybody had the ability to create.
Yeah.
There's a simplification in that when you start making a more advanced world, you have to look at specifically creating an aspect of it that is all usable or all understandable right off the get-go. That's kind of an intuitive little drop a prim system or something like that. Now, they've already talked about bringing all that stuff in. It's just a matter of timing on it. Now, the next update for this, from what I understand, is going to introduce voxel terrain systems.
Ah, that's right.
From what I understand,
terrain
at the meeting.
Building.
So, and not just terrain building, but voxel terrain building, which is super efficient and has all kinds of really interesting properties that you can apply to it. And I don't know if it will be live or not. Probably not, but it
keep
could
talking
be.
While we walk.
It's that efficient. Voxels have the ability to do, like, you can specify 4 different terrain textures like dirt, rocks, grass, and snow, and when you're moving the land around using the voxel tools, it will automatically assign the blending of those textures where it needs to. So if you dig a hole, you're not going to have grass on the sides of the hole. You're going to have dirt, and if it goes down far enough, it's going to be rock. You know what I mean? It's like you can really change how it does that automatically on the fly, so you don't have to retexture your terrain just because you want to change it.
Anto,
you
follow
just
us to
specify
the food
the
court.
main ones. We're going to the food court.
See, now you're again, Max, you're talking to the pros. You're talking the language of the pros. You're not talking about.
That's not a pro thing, man. That's not actually the system of terraforming in SL is a lot more complicated than that. I mean, maybe not in describing it or building it, but certainly in terms of like what it's like as a user that doesn't maybe create anything to come in and turn that on and try and mess around with it. It's going to be easy enough to be intuitive. That's a big part of how much more advanced it is you don't have to really know a whole lot of the particulars in order to make it work. It's the primitive of land building, So it's supposed to be super easy to work with. You just choose the 4 textures you want, and it automatically applies some of that.
That sounds interesting.
That's interesting. I think that goes back to like some people in SL have become specialists.
Drax, we're running out of time. Can we leave Colossus Rising for the next week?
No, you're fired, Ryan.
You're not paying me, so you can't fire me.
I'm gonna remove.
And I am a card-carrying gay man. I can outbit you at 30 paces, guaranteed.
Damn.
Drax, we should probably keep it to 3
and with much more
per
flavor.
episode.
Yeah. Should we? Okay, then.
Yeah.
Because why?
I think we're good, and we'll leave that one till next week. And we should actually, I was telling Ryan this, we should make a plan of which experiences we're going to be visiting, and then maybe pre-visit them so they're cached and we get there sooner during the live stream.
Yeah, that's not a bad idea. I like a little bit spontaneity when people come in, and but yeah, that's not. I'm not opposed to that.
Well, that way people can preload the experiences so that it doesn't take so long to get into them.
You could have 2 planned and 1 surprise.
That's a good idea.
Yeah,
I think on the loading stream, you know, when the loading screen is happening, and you can read the YouTube chat for the folks in VR, and then I respond to that. Are people still watching? I don't know. Are people still watching this? This has been absolutely...
They're watching on my stream. I don't know about yours.
I need to get you guys help when we get off mic too, because I'm wanting to record. I'm wanting to capture doing some stuff in Sansar.
Yeah.
I've had a number of people ask me in Second Life to do like a short class or tutorial or something, and I want to record that. And I think just for the basic stuff of like how to import and how to use the text training and that kind of thing. I know some people are working on some of that kind of stuff for the website, but I'm just thinking an unofficial thing more aimed at people wanting to come here from SL that already are kind of into building and want to see how to do some stuff.
I think that is awesome. Yeah, you should totally do that. Okay, then
I definitely need your help setting up some screen capture stuff because I don't know the video aspect of it.
Max, let's go to the basement real quick, and I'll explain to you real quick some basic stuff. You can hit the ground running with that if you like. Onto, it's great to see you. Onto, any last words? Because you were I don't want to label you as a Sansar critic, because you made good critical points, and it's not you know, being a critic is great, and it's a very important role. Being a rumor monger, who you are not, is a bad thing. What do you think? Is Sansar growing on you now, or what will be your number one thing that you would change right now? Let's see if Onto's mic is working. Onto's mic is not working. Alright, then I'm going to teleport back home to the basement. David, thank you for making this. Lenny is not with us anymore. We got FreeWee. Thanks everybody for watching. And Abramelin.
Everybody's left you, Drax.
Strawberry, it's not funny anymore.
Thank you very
hurting
much
my feelings.
Thank you very much to both Drax and to Strawberry for being our hosts today. This has been most enjoyable.
And it's amazing. It's just so awesome that we bump into this weird dude with the freaking banana, and this.
He's gonna poke your eye out with that banana.
Please
like a Monty Python sketch, isn't it?
Take the banana.
Take it. Why don't you take?
It's like offering it to everybody as he goes along.
No.
It's not even just holding the banana. It's here.
I'll get a bigger one next.
You should camp out on.
I need another banana.
You should camp out on Harvest, and always when somebody comes in, you come out of the house, go like, "Here you go, banana.
It's a banana.
It's good for you."
Now, how many of us actually click the banana wanting to get a copy of it that we could wear and give out to people?
It's gonna come soon. That
Yeah,
stuff.
that'll come.
Yeah,
that'll come.
You know, and let me just say in closing here, then I'm gonna go back. That Björn from Linden Lab said that the VR part and working with the input devices is really, really challenging. And from their priority setting, they're working on that first, and then they're adding that functionality to the desktop mode. So the desktop mode is lagging behind in terms of functionality naturally, because they decided to go with this really big challenge to get these input devices that are constantly evolving and changing, to get those right and working with Sansar, and then adding the desktop functionality. Okay, I'm going to teleport home, folks. David, I
Okay,
want
bye,
I gotta
Drax.
log too.
Okay,
Why can't
bye,
David
Drax.
make a
Bye,
board?
Strawberry. Good.
I
Bye,
had a lot of
everybody.
fun. Bye, guys. I'll see you next week.
Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you too. Bye.
Okay, is Strawberry gone?
Okay.
Then after party in the basement. Don't tell her. Bye.
I heard
Oh
that.
shit! Oh crap! Why is she everywhere? It's my middle school nightmare that I'm reliving. Okay, I'm taking the headset off while we're on the transition screen. What do we have? A lot of comment on the YouTube from Medhu, and here we're back in. Yeah, we who is this? Ah, Lua Tsemenis and Amaterasu, and here is Max. Max, let's go in the basement real quick and. Oh wow, the time is flying. I do have to wrap it in a few minutes. I really do feel at home here. By the way, this sculpture is of course from Silas Merlin from Felsenmeer. Oh, I gotta change that note. Yeah, somebody earlier was asking what is the big deal with physics in this place. Let me just say books, game, beer bottles, donuts. So anyway, let me just say goodbye to the viewers and then wrap the stream, and then I'll give Max some secret advice about how to stream things. Alright, so to summarize, what Ryan and a few others and I today actually saw as a priority is that the facial movement has to also be possible on your own avatar, because when you look at yourself in third person mode, nothing is moving, and the facial expression triggered by the speech graphics engine are quite amazing. So that's a feature request I'm going to put in.
There are 125 bones in the facial structure alone.
Oh, thanks for saying this,
Max.
Max. I was saying 135, so it's 125. That's amazing.
I mean, that's like almost as many as you get, I think, with the whole SL avatar, and that's just for the face.
With the bento avatar.
And from what I understand, their facial recognition thing is not working just on volume to move the mouth. It's actually working on how the syllables change your face.
Exactly.
So if you say the O sound, OH, your face is going to reflect that and not just be like, oh, look, the mouth is either open or shut, and those are the two stages of how this works, or, you know, exaggerated smiles and things like that. I mean, I imagine they'll be possible, but, you know, generally this is working off of a very accurate automated system that recognizes syllables, if I understand correctly.
Yep.
But
the inflection, the syllables, and ooh,
this is really, I mean, that's some cool stuff to be just throwing in, because it's so subtle.
Oh,
but they spent so much time on how to make that work right. You know, it took a lot of effort. I mean, it was like weeks of them working on just that to get it sorted out, but it's perfect. And I haven't seen anybody else do it nearly as well.
In these other worlds that should not be mentioned. Exactly. And again, I mean, this is really an interesting setting of different priorities. People have different makers of these platforms have different priorities. Oh, we got another visitor. Let me wrap up the stream. Oh, Vaidat is here. Vaidat. Is Vaidat already my friend?
Hi,
yeah.
hello.
Hi.
Hello.
Hi. Let me wrap up the stream.
I finally made it.
Right, and we're wrapping. We're a minute over time. Let me wrap up the stream, and then Max, I'll give you some tips. So I want to say a couple of things. I'm going away, and I might not have access to a high-powered computer for the next 3 weeks. So possibly.
What, are you going to some VR conference in Tibet or something?
I'm going to visit Julian Assange, and then we're going to visit. No.
No PCs allowed. No electronic devices. Right.
I'm going to Slovenia, and I just don't know how strong the network is. I will bring a laptop with me, but I don't know about the network speed. We have an open microphone, please. Let's go in here, then it's quieter.
It's me.
Okay, so let me wrap this up, folks. I can't even go through my own door. What happened here? Did Ria just build something? Can't go through that door. Jesus. Okay. Thanks for listening.
It's only made for a small ego. If your ego's too big, you can't get in the door.
Right. I'm desperately trying to wrap up the show, and we have open mics. Put on the headset. Folks, I'll be right with you. I just want to cleanly wrap it. That's one of the obsessions coming from radio. Oh wow. There is some sort of glitch. I can't get into the studio. Alright, so for the next 3 weeks I will be I will possibly not be able to stream, but of course you should watch Strawberry stream. We're going to do it every week, and she is filling in. Well, she's doing it anyways, but I'm not doing it, so you can watch hers. You're allowed to watch it, but don't subscribe to her. Remember, don't subscribe to her. And oops, sorry, I had to close the door. Two more things. For the record, I'm working on a big Second Life story, so I will be in Second Life, and I will put the word out for background acting, for big scenes. And lastly, comment on the stream and share it, and be critical, but don't pick up rumors and regurgitate them. I'm not accusing anybody, but that's really not helpful in order to bring this virtual world building world forward. So look, if you hear something, try it out for yourself, build your own opinion, and then and then comment and put it on the forums and be constructive. That's what I would.
I heard this is only for special elitist people.
To be constructive, yeah, that's definitely a very elitist attitude, to be constructive and not just scream and shout about things. And there are a lot of issues, and Max, we discussed it. There are issues that are to be discussed. There's an issue of dominance of certain sort of 3D warehouses that kind of undercut prices. That's a serious issue.
Don't get me started.
Yeah, and that's something that's not exclusive to this.
I know what
business.
you're doing. You're baiting me. Don't even get me started.
I'm gonna cut the stream, but then next time when we can sit down here in the studio, we're gonna have a discussion about it. I don't wanna brush over or gloss over something of this importance. I'm gonna cut the stream. Thanks for watching, guys, and hope to see you guys very soon. And I'm going to stop the stream.